Hi friends, how are you doing? My name is Prasanna Gadkari and I have been helping people to get into IITs and NIDs for their Master in Design program over the past 10 years. Today I am going to cover a topic which has been requested a multiple number of times over this channel. The topic is fairly simple. How does exactly the seed paper look like? And let me assure you that I will be providing screenshots. Now even before begin, let me tell you that seed paper has two parts, part A and part B. The part A is completely computer tested exam. That is to say, the entire part A will be displayed on computer and you will have to use the computer interface to reply each and every question that you see. Whereas for part B, you will get a bound sheets of paper with pre-printed rectangles and the question will be displayed on computer screen again. Now you have to make sure that the answer sheet or the bound sheets of paper that you get as an answer sheet are available to you in proper order and they will provide the instructions for that in the examination hall. Now you also would have to remember that even before you see the exam, always use A4 size sheets of paper for practice. Now for part B, you will also see that these sheets are pre-printed with boxes. So when I say boxes, for example, in year 2020, there was a question about a Gauri who is a fisherwoman and you have to sketch her in the situation given below. Now, while sketching, the rectangle in which you have to sketch Gauri is pre-drawn in the examination paper. While the question appears on the computer screen, the answer has to be sketched on the answer sheet. Also, last thing which I will tell you before we begin the screenshot is that you will get a A4 size sheet of paper or multiple sheets of paper for part A provided by the examination center. These papers will be taken away at the end of the test. However, for part B, the last few pages of the answer sheets are available to you as a rough worksheets and they are permanently attached, so they will be also be taken away as a part of your submission. So let us now see how the actual part A screenshot looks like. So this is what the screenshot looks like. As you can see, this screenshot is really taken from GATE examination. But fortunately, IIT uses the same programmation for GATE, USEED and many other entrance examinations. So let me tell you what do you see in this interface. As soon as you land on this interface, you will see a seed logo in the corner somewhere here. You will see that this entire program is opened in a browser. It could be Google Chrome or any other equivalent browser. Also, you will see that you will actually see groups of questions over here. Another important point is you will see your own photo here which you have submitted at the time of the form. You will see your name and the profile. If you click on the profile, you will see your ID card number and stuff like that. Another point is that the questions are grouped in their type. For example, group 1 is shown over here. Similarly, you will able to see something like numerical aptitude test, multiple select and so on as well over here. In the section below this, you can see that there are questions that are grouped according to the types. The question itself will be displayed here. Now, a point to note here is that there is an on-screen calculator available. Whereas this on-screen calculator will be a simple one and not really a scientific one as you see here, it is not recommended to use. Why you ask? The answer is simple. You will waste some time in keying in the numbers. And honestly speaking, I never use this calculator because the questions are fairly straightforward and simple. Coming to the next part of the interface, you will see that numerical aptitude type, there is a text box available and there is a virtual keyboard available. You don't really have to use this in the examination. You can use the number pad of the computer on which you are attempting this question. Now comes how to actually respond. So suppose the answer to this particular question is 50. I just have to key in 5 and 0 and go to the next one and I can clear the response using this button, and there is a mark for review button which I'll come to in a short while. And once you're happy with the answer that you have given, you can click on save and next, and the next question will appear here. Now the mark for review and the next is an interesting question, interesting phenomena you will be able to see here. This part of interface allows you to come back to a question which you have earlier not been able to solve. Sometimes you are able to solve it later, or sometimes you will simply mark it for review because this particular section has been easy enough and you are almost near the solution but have not been there. Honestly speaking, I never use mark for review. And let me tell you one small detail which I often encounter. So if you have marked something for review, however, if you have answered it, it will still be submitted at the end of the paper, and the evaluator will never see what you have marked for review and what you have not. If there is no answer here, you will get no score for that. And if there is an answer here, that will be submitted as well. There is an interesting interface over the right side. Here you can see the different type. For example, the green small trapezium, pentagon, whatever that is, shows that you have answered the question. The small downward pointing red colored box shows that you have not answered the question. Similarly, the next questions are shown as not visited. Once you have visited, this box will turn into any of these three states. Now, if you are marked for review, it will show as a purple circle, whereas if you have answered, that is entered some number, and you have marked for review, it will show a small tick next to that. You have to be careful because you can easily hit the submit button while doing this, while doing the save and next or something, though I have not seen it to be very frequently been done. But sometimes if you hit the submit, there will be a notification on front saying that do you really want to submit the answer. In that case, you can always say no, but be wary that this mistake can happen in the heat of the exam. The last part is that once you have attempted all the questions and if there is any time left over, there is a small tab available here which is not seen in this interface, which shows you like the different groups like group 1 here, or the numerical aptitude type, the MCQ and so on. So you can actually navigate between those screens as well. The final thing that I will tell you about the exam is I have never used the submit button by itself. I let the examination auto submit all the answers which I have given because I feel that I need to work till the last second of the part A. Part B will have similar interface, except you will be able to see the questions here and there will be only 5 boxes depending on the current type of the examination, each showing that which questions have you attempted and so on. You need not use this interface at all for part B. However, you can just have a look, and whether you have attempted a question or not can be easily be recorded here, though it's not mandatory to choose any of the options which are shown here. So I hope that this video was useful for you, and I will wish you all the best for the examination. Thank you.